you are lying to yourself because you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the one piece of advice that you really wish you could give to all your female clients that you just don't always say?
I'd have to say reality check.
Yeah.
A lot of women that have these laundry list of things in a man, when bluntly in my mind I said, have you looked in the mirror? I mean, really?
Chill out.
Good
like,
advice.
Exactly.
I kind of want to say chill the F out, right? like I want to go there with it. And I just think we, as women, sometimes overanalyze so much. And we're like, okay, but if I were to say this, what would he say? And if I were to say that, what would he say? And when you're dating, you're all up in your head and you're not even present to the man that is sitting right in front of you. Like, you're not present to the situation at all. You're not having fun. Everything that comes out of his mouth is being analyzed. You're thinking, is he right for me, wrong for me, right for me? It's like, check marks. Right for me, wrong for me.
Yeah, I would say that they need to get their actions in alignment with their desire. Because a lot of women, if I ask them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you to find love? And they go, oh, I'm a 10, I'm a 9.5, I'm a 10. I'm like, okay, and what have you done in the last month to meet men? Nothing. I'm like, well, that's a gap. In coaching, we call that the gap.
Yeah.
And your desire really isn't at a 10 because you're not showing that. You're not demonstrating any action whatsoever. So in a way, they're kidding themselves, which I have to be nice and I don't want to make them feel bad about that. But that's what I'd like to really say is, like, you are lying to yourself because you're doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What I would like to say to them is something like, if you can just hang into therapy long enough to change 1% of some of your behaviors, attitudes, beliefs, etc., life will be profoundly different for you. But if I say that, who would want to pay a therapist to change only 1%? You see? And it's something that people can't understand because they think change is big. Change is usually so tiny and so small and so subtle. And if a person can actually repeat small changes, just to listen or make eye contact a few seconds longer, it can change everything that then happens between people.
So these are all the things we wish we could say. I know that you all have some gems that you do say. So what are the most important tidbits that you offer your clients?
Well, I think as a positive psychologist, the most important thing I offer is to help them understand what's right about themselves rather than what's wrong. Because if we can just understand what is really working and what our coping skills, our strengths, our abilities, and we see ourselves with love around these things, it's much easier to be gentle and kind on ourselves, to work on, okay, I have this slight problem, this isn't functioning as well as I would like, I want to get a better habit here. It's a completely different focus.
I would advise women to believe and to find that kind of faith within themselves wherever they can, because I'm a complete believer that the right man is out there. But if you don't believe, you're not going to put in the effort, and you're not going to go out there and do the things you have to do, and get out of your comfort zone and all these other things, because it does take some effort to go out there and find love. And you have to be out there so that right guy can find you. And so if you start with that belief, I created a whole program for believing, because without that, it's going to be very hard to make it happen.
I really believe that if you can't appreciate all the different parts of you, like the good stuff, the bad stuff, the ugly stuff, then it's going to be really hard when you find that man and he reflects that back to you for you to take it in.
Yeah.
So my biggest advice to my clients is really, we're on a journey to start to have you appreciate everything that you are, so that you can tap into what it is that you want and you can say it, and that when you can appreciate all your different parts, when somebody reflects back to you the ugliness or the whatever, you're able to handle it, and you can actually use it as a way to further develop yourself versus using it as a way to sabotage your life.
So my approach to helping clients is to take action. So I'm a very action-oriented person, and I give them 3 simple rules. If you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no. If you don't step forward, you'll always be in the same place. And the last thing is, if you don't go after it, then you're never going to have it, because most people regret the things that they don't do.
Yeah, so all the women out there that are watching this video, I think the message we're giving them is know yourself, be clear with what you want, ask for what you need, and don't make the man responsible for making you happy. Your happiness is your job. Very good.